may as well get started here. It'd be nice if you had a strap as well. So if you've got a ball's great. And then if you've got a strap is great because we're going to do that hip opening sort of leg exercise. So we will start on our backs today. So you can go ahead and make your way to your back. Make sure your strap is nice and close. And we'll start in that Shavasana. And start to slow the mind. Slow your breath. Starting first to connect with your physical body. Noticing the sensations of your body resting on your mat. On every exhale, maybe feeling yourself sink deeper into your mat, sinking deeper into the present moment. As the layers peel away from you, the layers that connect you to the outside world. Until all of your awareness is inside. And the only thing that exists are your raw materials. Your body, your breath, and your thoughts. And then when you feel ready, maybe starting to have a little bit of control over your breath. Breathing in and out through your nose. And slowing everything down considerably. Deep inhales through your nose and into your belly. And long exhales from your belly out of your nose. Really exerting some relaxed focus, concentration on slowing your breath down. And then whenever you're ready, you can return your breath back to your natural, effortless breath. See if you're able for our whole practice to breathe in and out through your nose and into your belly. But just take a last moment here, enjoying your effortless breath and synchronizing your mind to your body and your breath. A last moment to settle your mind. Bring yourself to your mat so that all your movements are intentional. And slowly, slowly expanding your awareness just a little bit, maybe deepening your breath. And whenever you feel ready, you can start to introduce some movements to your body. Maybe they're small little movements, maybe they're bigger movements, anything that feels good for you. Working your way up your limbs into your core, maybe starting at the fingers and toes, into the ankles and wrists, knees and elbows, and into your hips and shoulders, remembering that they rotate their ball and socket joints. And eventually you can slowly move your head from side to side, waking up your neck as well. Gently opening your eyes to adjust to the light. We can take our full body stretch, sending your arms overhead, feet coming together at the bottom of your mat, and just lengthening out of those same joints, being as long as you can get yourself. And when you're super long, let that inhale expand the top of your body. And on your exhale, let's bring the right knee in towards the chest, interlacing your fingers around your right shin and squeezing that right knee tighter, tighter in towards your body. So you're getting into the right hip here. You can also move your right ankle around, spread your right toes. That feels good. But every exhale, you're squeezing tighter on that right knee. Maybe we'll even bring the knee out to the right, around the ribs, in towards the right armpit to get even deeper into your hip. Perfect. And then we'll come to stillness there and just make those circles in the sky with your right knee. So just imagine there's that pen attached to your knee and you're drawing a circle on your ceiling. Let the core be nice and strong, initiating the movement, but increasing your range of motion as it feels good. And we'll switch directions there as well. Small circles, bigger, bigger, bigger. Nice, and then we'll come to stillness in the center and do a little spinal twist. Let your left hand guide your right knee across your body to the left and look out past your right fingertips, enjoying a nice long spinal twist. Again, taking those soft, slow breaths into nose, into belly. And then we'll go ahead and bring our gaze to the center on our inhale, the right knee back to the center as well. Now let's send our right toes up towards the sky. So we're just getting into the hamstrings. So here you can place your hands behind your leg if you like to really pull the leg in tight to get into the hamstrings. Or else you've got your strap that you can bring around the right sole arch of the foot and clasp with your right hand or both hands to pull your leg in tight towards your body, as tight as you'd like it to go. And really flex into the right foot as well so that the stretch comes into your calf and into the Achilles as well. So you're just enjoying this stretch. You can even take your left hand and just kind of give a massage to your back of your leg on the right side if you want. But every exhale, pulling a little tighter to get into those muscles and the ligaments. If you want, you can lift your head up towards your head, bringing your leg even tighter in towards the top of your torso. Beautiful. We'll take one last breath, fullest expression of this pose. And then we'll exhale, lower the back of our head down, and let's open up. Left hand anchors down left hip as we open up to the right, getting into the right adductors. You're in charge of the intensity here. So if you want more, you're just pulling on that strap to bring your leg closer towards the side of your body, the right side. If you want, your gaze can be towards the left, adding a bit of a spinal twist by the neck. Beautiful. We'll take one last breath. And we'll inhale our gaze up towards the center and your leg up to the center. Now switch hands, left hand grabs both straps and let your leg be guided over towards the left. And you can look out towards the right if that feels all right. You got a twist and you're really stretching out the back of the right leg here. Nice deep breaths into nose, into belly. And feel how the belly feels as you breathe deeply into your twist. Beautiful. Let's take one last breath. And we'll bring the gaze to the center. Slowly bring your leg back up to the center. You can pull your strap aside and we'll just come into a half happy baby. So bend into your right knee and clasp on the pinky side of that right foot, pulling your knee down towards the mat, towards your armpit. Just really getting into the hip there. And then last little stretch on this side, we're going to do that figure four. So bend into your left knee and cross your right ankle over the left thigh, reaching in through your figure four to clasp onto your shin or your knee or behind the left thigh. And then return the back of your head to the mat, squeezing your figure four tighter in towards your body. You can rock from side to side here as well if you want. Maybe even moving into the ankles and toes. Up to you. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and unravel. Left sole of the foot comes down, right knee comes in tight. Let's actually extend the left leg long. Let your left heel hover and lift your forehead up towards the right knee. So you're using your core here. And then as slowly as we possibly can, we're going to switch, sending right leg out long, left knee comes in tight. Hold there for just a beat, holding the core. And then exhale, relax head and right heel down to your mat. And now we're doing that whole sequence on this left side. So squeeze left knee tight in towards your body. Every exhale. And get some movement into that left ankle and spread the left toes. Squeezing as tight as you'd like, as tight as you can. And then if you want to target a different part of the hip, go ahead and bring your left knee towards the left armpit so that the inner left thigh is against the left ribs, to get a little tighter in there. Nice, last little breath. And then we'll come to stillness and draw circles in the sky with that left knee getting into the hips. Nice. Circles get bigger as your range of motion increases. Core is nice and tight, but you're still breathing deeply as well. Let's switch directions there. Beautiful. Let's come to stillness and do our spinal twist. Let the right hand guide the knee, left knee across your body to the right. And look out past those left fingertips. Breathing deeply into your belly in your spinal twist. Notice how your body's feeling. Lower back, middle back, your shoulders, your neck. And on your next inhale, we'll bring gaze to the center, left knee back to the center. Align your hips if you need to. Left foot goes up towards the sky, getting into the hamstring on the left side. So you can place your hands wherever they land behind your left leg. Or else you can grab your strap or use the peace fingers of your left hand to grab your left big toe. And then you're just pulling tighter to get that stretch down the left side. Seeing if you can flex into your left foot to get the calf and Achilles stretch. And massaging the back of your leg if that feels good with your right hand. Beautiful. Now, if you want to get really intense, you can lift your head up, squeezing the left leg even tighter towards your body. Really getting into the back of that left leg. Nicely done. We'll return our head back down to the mat. Right hand anchors down the right hip as we open up the left leg to the left, opening up our hips and getting into the inside of our left thigh. Choosing our intensity here. Gaze maybe is to the right, if that feels good. And we'll take a last breath here. And on our inhale, we'll bring our gaze up to the center and bring the left leg up to the center. Switch hands and guide your knee or your leg over to the right for your IT band stretch, the outside left leg. Gaze is out towards the left if that feels all right. Noticing any subtle differences between the legs. Beautiful. Let's take 2 last breaths. And then we'll inhale, gaze up to the center. That left leg comes back up to the center. Let's go into that half happy baby, clasping the pinky side of the left foot, pulling the knee down towards the mat. Get into those hips. And now let's target the outer left hip by going into our figure 4. Bending right knee, right heel comes to the glute, crossing left ankle over right thigh, and choosing your intensity here in your figure 4. Returning the back of your head down to the mat. If you're wanting more out of this, you should be clasping right by the knee and pulling your knee in towards your chest. That's going to be the most intense expression of this pose. And again, any movements are fine, rocking side to side, flexing feet, moving ankles. Perfect. All right, let's take a last breath and start to slowly unravel. So this time we'll let go, send the right leg out long, squeeze left knee tight into chest, let the right heel hover, and bring your forehead up towards the left knee so you're engaging that core. Again, how super slowly can you switch legs? Bring in the right knee tight into your chest, left leg goes out long. Beautiful. And then this time we'll hold it for a beat, and then we'll bring the left knee in tight towards the chest, and we can clasp behind the knees and just rock ourselves back and forth a couple times, just until we make our way, finally, whenever we feel like we've had enough fun here, into our tabletop position. So cross at the ankles, roll over the ankles, and make your way to that tabletop. And when you're in your tabletop, you know how to stack yourself, and then just enjoy the movement in your spine. So take a few breaths into the nose, out of the nose, and enjoy moving your spine in any way that feels good. Moving the hips and shoulders in different directions will initiate this movement into our spine. And maybe finishing off with a few cat-cows, exhaling, arching your spine up to the sky, and inhaling, arching your spine down to the earth. Just surfing your breath that way with a couple more cat-cows. Beautiful, and then on your next cat, push that mat away and carry on pushing it away until your hips pull down towards your heels and you're in your child's pose. And just enjoy just a few breaths here in your child's pose, in your favorite version of your child's pose. So maybe it's a wide-legged, maybe the knees are facing forward, but just enjoy that child's pose for just a moment. All right, we'll take one last breath. And then we'll come up into our downward facing dog. So spread those fingers wide, look between your thumbs, and push yourself into your downward dog. And make any of your movements that you like to make in your first downward dog. So maybe you're pedaling things out. Maybe you're moving into a 3-legged downward dog. Whatever movements feel good for you. And then whenever you feel ready, you can settle into that downward dog, getting the full stretch down the back of your body. Driving those heels down as you drive the tailbone up towards the sky. And pushing the chest down. Fingertips are as wide as you can get them. Beautiful. And then whenever you're ready, you can slowly make your way up to your forward fold. So tiptoeing or jumping. Just bring those feet to the top of your mat and relax your head, neck, and shoulders in that forward fold. Again, getting into the backs of the legs. So do your favorite moves on your forward fold, swaying from side to side, or maybe bending the knees one at a time, shifting your weight into your toes, into your heels, any way that you usually like to enjoy your forward fold. Perfect. And then when you're ready, we'll relax. We'll really get into the forward fold. So you can even clasp behind your calves to pull the top of your torso towards the top of your thighs. So we're really targeting the back of the legs here. Nicely done. Let's really try to straighten the knees as well to get that full stretch down the backs of your legs. Crown of the head is pointing down towards your big toes, if that's okay. All right. We're going to take one last breath, and then let's move into a chair pose. So start to bend your knees, bringing your hips down and lifting your fingertips up towards the sky. Being heavy in the tailbone area, pulling the tailbone down towards the ground as you pull your fingers up towards the sky. Taking those inhales in through your nose, out through your nose, belly expands. And then the next time we exhale, we're going to come into the forward splits, standing splits, with our left leg up. So let's fold forward, fingertips touch the ground, and left foot pulls up towards the sky into that standing splits with the right foot rooted into the ground. Perfect. Lifting that left foot as high as you can and seeing if you can square the hips up a little bit so that you're not stacking the left hip too high. Perfect. Now we're going to have a micro bend in the right leg as we start to lift the torso up into your warrior three. So you can send the arms back if you'd like, or forward if you'd like that. It's up to you. But we're just going to take a couple breaths in our warrior three. Again, the left hip is pulling downwards. Beautiful. Let's take one last breath. Find that unmoving spot. Now be strong in the right leg as you lift your torso up, squeezing the left knee in towards your chest. Now here you can clasp with your right hand the outside of your left knee, or maybe you clasp the pinky side of that left foot and straighten out your leg, sending left arm back into that Asta Padangustasana. Again, hips are trying to be squared as much as possible. Nicely done. You've also got your strap if you want to use that strap, don't forget. Otherwise, again, you're just holding onto that bent knee. Beautiful. Let's take one last breath. Perfect. Now let's start to let go of the foot if you've got the foot. Bend into the knee. Now let's windmill our hands. Right hand comes down, left hand comes down, and we're back in the standing splits with the right hand up. Really working on the balance here. Now you can stay right here or wrap your right forearm behind your right calf and clasp the left eye of the elbow. And you can use that as leverage to pull yourself down deeper into your standing splits. Perfect. Keep on lifting that left toe high. We'll take a last breath. And then we'll come back to our chair. So start to unravel your hand if you've got it. Bend that left knee tight in towards the body. Lift the fingertips and plant the left toes down. You're in your chair pose. Beautiful, sinking down nicely. All right, let's take that inhale to do the other side. And we'll exhale to the standing splits. So send that right leg up towards the sky. Fingertips come down to framing your left foot. Beautiful. Take a couple breaths here. See if you can drop the right hip a little bit down and squeeze your torso towards the left leg as much as you can. All right, and when you're ready, we're going to have the super micro bend in the left leg as you lift your torso up into your warrior three. Nice and strong. Right hip pulls down to be in line with that left hip as much as possible. Be strong in the lower back as well. Beautiful. Now we engage the core, push into the standing leg, lift the torso, right knee comes to chest, left hand goes on the outside of that right knee, or maybe you clasp the pinky side of your right foot and lengthen things out, looking out past your right fingertips if that balance is there. Hips are trying to be squared as much as possible. Nice slow breaths. Last breath here. And if you've got your toes, start to bend into the knee and let's windmill our hands. Left hand comes back, right hand comes down and touches down on the inside of that left leg. Left fingertips and right foot is up towards the sky in that standing splits. If you want, you can wrap the left forearm behind the left calf and clasp the right eye of your elbow to pull yourself tighter into your standing splits. Keep on driving that right toe up, but keep on pulling the right hip down. Last breath. Slowly start to get some strength into the standing leg as you slowly come up back into your chair pose, squeezing right knee into the chest and then planting that right toe down. Beautiful. Take a nice big inhale. And then exhale, forward fold. Relax your spine. Relax your legs and your arms. And when you're ready, we're going to roll ourselves up so you can bend into the knees. Let the chin be tucked, let your hands dangle, and slowly start to rise. Stacking vertebra one at a time, enjoying the feeling of stacking those vertebra. The head is the last to just naturally plop up at the top. And then you can just make your subtle movements before we move into our sun salutations, so just shaking things out. Beautiful. And we're going to go into some of our sun salutations. So let's get into our Tadasana. Get rooted into the feet. Feel that force pulling you into the soles of your feet. Let the energy run up your legs, into your core, through the spine, and through the crown of your head. Squeeze those shoulders to open the chest and drive the fingers down to the sky. Beautiful. Just take a couple breaths here, inhaling into the nose, letting the belly expand, squeezing into the glutes. All right, let's go ahead and inhale, lengthen, gaze follows the fingertips, stretch the throat. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, the half lift. Exhale, plank, feet to the back of your mat. Bend those elbows to lower. We'll inhale to the upward dog, and we'll exhale to your downward dog for your 5 breaths. Slowing things down and going through that downward dog checklist. Kind of thinking of the hamstrings and the outer legs. If you want to target the outer legs, you can touch your big toes together and then drive the heels down and the tailbone up. It kind of sends the target to the outside of the legs a little bit more. All right. Let's exhale our feet to the top of the mat. Inhale to your half lift. Exhale, relax to your forward fold. And inhale, rise all the way up. Nice strong spine, belly expands. Exhale, Tadasana, nice and strong. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Sanchalanasana, plank pose. Chaturanga. Inhale, chest up, shoulders back. Exhale, hips up, 5 breaths. Nice and slow. Keeping that nice focus. That focus that combines your body sensations with your breath and that beautiful focus. And we'll exhale to the top of the mat. Inhale to your half lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, root and rise. Talasana, lengthen. Exhale, Tadasana, feel strong. Surya Namaskar B. Let's inhale to the chair pose. Sink those hips down. Reach up to the sky with the fingertips. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Relax that head, neck, and shoulders. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plank. Bend those elbows to lower your body. Inhale, chest forward and up. Exhale, hips up. We'll inhale the right heel up towards the sky. Exhale, right knee to chest. Squeeze it tight. Create that space. Step right foot forward. Left heel down. Rise to that warrior. Take that big old inhale, nose to belly. Exhale, vinyasa. Back to plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left heel to the sky. Exhale, left knee to chest. Left foot plants, right heel plants. Rise to your warrior. Inhale, nose to belly. Exhale, plank. Chaturanga. Inhale to the upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take your 5 breaths. Driving those heels down. Slow down that breath. Let one molecule of air in at a time only. Slowing it down. Last breath. Exhale, feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Feel that hamstring stretch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Squeeze everything together at the bottom. Tuck that pelvis. Reach. And exhale, strong Tadasana. Beautiful. Let's carry on with a couple of flows. We'll inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to your half lift. Exhale to your plank. Bend those elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll inhale our right heel up to the sky. Get that stretch on the left side by pulling the left heel down. Exhale, right knee to chest. Virabhadrasana A, plant right foot, left heel, and rise. Perfect. Take a moment to establish your warrior 1. Be strong in that lower back. Tuck the pelvis down and lengthen. We'll take a big inhale, nose to belly. And on our exhale, let's go to our pyramid pose. So we'll straighten right leg. Exhale, hands behind your back. Choose your bind and hinge at the hips, folding forward. Here we try to make sure that left hip, left shoulder are driving towards the right big toe to square off the hips. Beautiful. Take a couple breaths. Really feel that right side stretching out. Now we're going to move into our revolved triangle. So you can leave your right palm or back of your hand on your sacrum and start to send your left hand towards the outside of the right foot or maybe down to the pinky side of your right foot. So if you've got a block, you can grab the block, or else, like I say, just grab the outside of your right leg and use it as leverage to twist. Sinking in as deep as you'd like. Maybe your right fingertips float up towards the sky. But keep driving left hip forward, right hip back. Slow that breath. Beautiful. Now we're going to move from here. Exhale, float the right hand down if it was up. And let's open up to the triangle. So hold the right hand on your ankle as you lift the left fingertips up towards the sky. I know we typically don't move into triangle this way, but it's a nice different way of kind of stretching different things. So you should feel it a little bit more along that left side than usual. So take a couple breaths in your triangle. Beautiful. Let's engage our core to come all the way up and over, reversing the triangle, reaching with our right fingertips back. Nice deep inhale into the right side. And then we'll exhale through our warrior two and vinyasa. So just go ahead and windmill the hands, stepping back with the right leg. Bend those elbows to lower. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. And let's do that simple flow on the other side. Inhaling, left heel to the sky, right heel pulls down. Exhale, Virabhadrasana, left foot forward. Take a moment to build that pose in the perfect way that works with your skeleton. And then when you feel pretty grounded, we'll inhale, lengthen. And exhale to Parvattanasana, our pyramid pose. Straighten left leg, hands go behind you, in your bind, whatever one you choose. Inhale, chest up, and exhale, fold over the hips. Again, we're driving the right side of our body towards the left big toe. So see if you can pull the right hip, right shoulder towards the left big toe and sink deep into your pyramid pose. Take those breaths in through nose, out through nose. And then when you're ready, you can start to unravel your bind in your hands. Keep the left hand on your sacrum and bring the right hand to the outside of that left leg or foot. Find whatever's working for you today. Keep on driving the left hip backwards and the right hip forwards. Floating the left fingertips up if that feels okay for you today. Seeing if you can stack the left shoulder on top of the right, really twisting in this stretch. Beautiful. Take one last inhale. And then we'll exhale. Bring your gaze down to the big toe if it was up. Float the left hand down. Clasp your left ankle and float the right fingertips up to the sky. Triangle pose on the other side. Feel that counter twist in the bottom of your spine. So there should be sensations in the right lower back. Last breath. Let's engage our core and reverse our triangle, coming all the way up, floating right hand down, left fingertips float to the back of the room. Take that big inhale. And then we'll exhale to vinyasa through warrior two and windmill those hands down, stepping back to our plank, bending the elbows to lower, inhaling to the upward and exhaling to the downward. Let's take 5 breaths here just to recalibrate, and we'll finish off with a balancing flow where we'll add on to that last flow. Beautiful. Last breath. Let's inhale our right heel to the sky. Exhale, right knee to chest. Plant your right foot, Virabhadrasana. Take that nice big inhale into your Virabhadrasana. And then exhale. Get into your pyramid pose. Bring the hands down, straighten the right leg. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward. This time, if you want, you can take a couple breaths here, or maybe you bring your fingertips down to face behind you, like we're doing a finger hold, and you can lift the left heel towards the left glute, kind of leaving the hips exactly where they're at. So just take 2 breaths wherever you'd like to be, and then you can slowly move out of that if you were in it, and we'll move to the revolved triangle. So go ahead and place left hand on the outside of right leg or toe. Right fingertips float up to the sky if you've got that. Beautiful. Now we're going to move to the balancing posture. So bend into the right knee, send your weight forward and float your left foot up. So you're in the revolved half moon. Bring that left hip down as you lift the right hand up toward the sky. Beautiful. Find that balance, maybe even lifting the left fingertips off of the mat, bringing index finger and thumb together in the Jana Mudra forward if that feels good. Find one last breath. And now we're going to see if we can go ahead and move the right hand down, lifting the left hip into our warrior three. Take one breath in the warrior three, and then carry on lifting the left hip into your half moon. So you're opening up the hips now, and left fingertip floats up toward the sky. Really tough move, that one. So you went all the way from your revolved half moon into the half moon. Find one last breath. Again, maybe you've got your Jana Mudra on the right side, bringing index finger and thumb together, floating the fingers forward. Now we're going to slowly start to come out of this. Start to bend into your right leg, your standing leg. Float the left toes down, and eventually the left toes touch, and you're in that warrior two. Beautiful. Establish your warrior two nice and strong. Take your big inhale, nose to belly. Exhale, reverse the warrior. Right fingertips float back. Beautiful. Last breath here. Take a big inhale. Now we're going to exhale all the way to our half moon. So exhale, come through warrior two. Shift that weight forward. Float left foot up to the sky. Half moon pose. Beautiful. And after just one breath here, we're going to go back to the revolved half moon. So float the left hip down, left hand down, and then lift the right fingertip up towards the sky. That half moon, revolved half moon. Take one breath here, and then start to be strong in the stabilizing leg as you come all the way up. Windmill the hands, left hand goes back, right hand goes forward, clasping the outside of that left knee or the pinky side of the left foot. Beautiful. Then we'll take one breath here. Gaze can go out past the left fingers if you're feeling the balance today. And then we're going to go ahead and windmill into a lunge twist. So let's let go of the left leg, bend left knee, windmill the hands as you step the left foot back, left palm inside of right foot, right fingertips up towards the sky. Nicely done, guys. That's a tough balance flow. Let's take one last inhale. Beautiful. And then we'll start to bring the right hand down and straighten the right leg into the hamstring stretch here. Just for one last time, it's nice to get the hamstring stretch in there. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and vinyasa, and then we'll do the other side. So bend into right knee. You're in the lunge. Enjoy that for a moment. Step it back to plank when you're ready, and move through your vinyasa. Bend your elbows. Inhale to the back bend, and exhale to your downward facing dog. Slow down that breath. And let's finish this up, guys. Inhale, left heel to the sky. Exhale, left knee to chest. Plant left foot, right heel, Virabhadrasana A. Nicely done. Take that strong inhale, soft inhale when you've established your pose. And then exhale to pyramid pose. Straighten left leg, find that bind behind you. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, fold it forward. Get that hamstring stretch on the left side. Again, if you want to do the finger balance, you can tent your fingers down on your mat with your fingertips facing backwards. And then keeping your hips where they're at, push them into the mat while you bring right heel into the right glute. It's just a little extra little stretch there. Take one breath, and then we'll all meet back in our pyramid pose and move to the revolved triangle. So right hand to the outside of left leg, wherever feels good for you. Left fingertips float up to the sky if that feels all right. Beautiful. Nice. Take that breath. Now start to bend into left knee. Send your weight forward and float right foot up into that revolved half moon. Paririta Ardha Chandrasana. Bring right hip down, down, down. Left hip pulls up to the sky. Maybe you've got your mudra floating forward. Index finger to thumb. Perfect. Now be strong in the standing leg as we move to the half moon through warrior two. So bring the hip slightly up, the right hip, and then open the hip all the way up, your right hip all the way up, floating your right fingertips up to the sky in your half moon. Again, maybe your left hand has your mudra, reaching the fingers forward. Perfect. Take 2 breaths, but save some in the tank. And when you're ready, how slowly can you start to bend into the left leg, floating the right toes down, and you're in your warrior two. Beautiful. Let's take our inhale in the warrior two, and we'll exhale to reverse. Float those left fingertips back. Feel that beautiful stretch down the left side. Take that last inhale, and we're going to go all the way to our Ardha Chandrasana now. So exhale through warrior two, shift that weight forward, and float right foot up into that half moon. Take 1 breath here, and we'll move to the revolved half moon, coming down with the right hip through warrior three, and right hand comes down, left hand floats up to the sky. Beautiful. Take 1 breath here, and then we'll start to bend into the standing leg. Push the standing foot into the ground as you come up. Bend right knee to chest. Left hand clasps the outside of the right foot, lengthening out. Choosing your version here. Looking out past your right fingertips if that feels good. Slowing down that breath. 1 last inhale. And then we'll exhale, bend right knee to chest if it was out. And windmill those hands as you send right leg back. We're in the twisted lunge. Left fingertips are floating up to the sky. Nicely done, guys. We did a lot of brilliant work on the stabilizing legs. Even if you were falling all over the place, it was a good stuff. Now let's exhale, left hand down, framing the left foot, and straighten the left leg to get that last little hamstring stretch. Right hip pulling forward. And whenever you feel ready, we can start to bend the left knee into your lunge, and then do your final vinyasa, exhaling your left foot back to plank, chaturanga, inhaling to your upward dog, and exhaling to that final downward facing dog. Enjoying your 5 breaths here. Slowing everything down quite a lot. Maybe bringing your tongue to the roof of your mouth in front of your front 2 teeth to start to activate that resting system, because we definitely activated our fight or flight system with the balancing postures. So let's balance that out. Last breath here. And on your inhale, let's pull up to our tippy toes. And we'll exhale slowly, knees come down to the mat. And then uncurl the toes and sink back to your favorite child's pose, sending your hips back. And again, slowing down the breath, sending it to the back of your body. Enjoying that flexion in the spine, flexion of the hips. Beautiful. Last couple breaths here. And then whenever you feel ready, you can start to bring yourself up into your hero pose with your hips sinking back into your heels. Enjoy that hero pose for just a moment, stretching the top of your legs from your shins all the way up to your quads. If you want even more of a stretch, you can push your fingertips into the mat and lift your knees up to really feel the stretch on the upper tops of the feet. Beautiful. Now let's go ahead and sink our hips over to one side and send our legs in front of us, just bent at the knees here actually. And then if you've got your tennis ball, you can grab it. We're just going to slow things down here. So we'll take the tennis ball in the right hand and just put it under the right knee. And then bend into the knee as much as you'd like, squeezing it in tight in towards your chest. And then you can start to also move the tennis ball and find different spots. It should be targeting both the hamstring and the calf, because we use them a lot with our stabilizing in those balances. So it's nice to just give them a little bit of a break. And you can stay right here if you want, or else you can bring your legs into a 90 degree, and then pull the ball in towards your leg that way, which adds a bit of a quad stretch as well. So it's up to you. And here too, you can move the knee in different ways, but watch out for a cramp on the top of the right hip. So there's just a few options here to just kind of get into the hamstring and the quads or the calves after we use them like crazy. Cool. Just take like 2 more breaths, fiddling around there. And then we'll go ahead and switch, so you can slowly get the tennis ball away from your right leg, and then switch it under the knee on the left side and start to play around here on this side. There's kind of no right or wrong way to do these things. You're just kind of figuring it out as you go. And again, you can stay here if that feels good, or if you want to get a little bit of external, internal hip rotation, you can send it back and just kind of move the leg a little bit back and forth. Getting in, moving the tennis ball as it feels like it needs to. I feel like there was like a dance like this at some point. Perfect. So you can just take a couple more breaths. And then whenever you feel ready, you can slowly let the tennis ball away and pull it to the side. And we're going to roll ourselves down and enjoy some windshield wipers before we settle into our final resting posture. So enjoy that slow movement down with the spine, touching down slowly. First, let's bring our toes up to the sky, both toes up to the sky, to enjoy that inversion. If you have a shoulder stand in your practice, you can absolutely move into Sarvangasana, your shoulder stand. Otherwise, if you have your blocks, you can lift your hips on top of the block, which kind of feels nice sometimes too. And here you really probably want to play around with flexing your feet to see the stretch down the quads, or down your calves and your hamstrings. So enjoy just 5 breaths in whatever inversion you've chosen. Moving the legs in any way that feels good as well. And if you're in Sarvangasana, your shoulder stand, you can start thinking about slowly coming out of it, maybe pulling into your Halasana, and then slowly coming out of your Halasana. Up to you. But we'll all meet in a couple breaths. We'll all meet back in our Viparita Karani with our legs up to the sky. Beautiful. And then whenever you're ready, let's start to slowly bend into the knees. And then you can just hold onto the knees as you rock from side to side. Let's just let the lower back release before we do our windshield wipers. Nice, and when you're ready, you can come to stillness in the center and slowly let the feet drift to the outsides of your mat. Your arms can be either out to a T or maybe bent cactus arms. And then just enjoy those windshield wipers, moving the knees over to each side, enjoying the release on your lower back and your hips. And then when your knees are over to the right, both of them to the right the next time, you can keep them there if you want. And look out towards the left if that feels good on your neck. And then maybe lift the right ankle to rest on top of the left thigh. If you have a different twist that's your favorite twist that you want to do right now, go for that rather. Otherwise, just breathe a couple breaths into this gentle twist. And then when you're ready, you can inhale your gaze to the center and slowly slide your foot down. Super slow movements, knees come through center and over to the left this time. And you can look out to the right, or maybe lift left ankle on top of right thigh, or move into your favorite twist to twist out the spine before we move into that final resting posture. And on your inhale, we'll bring the gaze to the center, slide that left foot down, knees slowly come to center. And here it's up to you guys for the last 5 breaths before Shavasana, what you'd like to do. Maybe you want to go into a happy baby, or maybe you just want to kind of any little thing that feels good for you. Anything that the body wants to do before we rest. All right, and then we'll finish up with the last 2 breaths, 3 breaths of making our way to our Shavasana. Allowing our legs to be nice and wide. And starting again to find that peaceful place inside. Maybe getting a little bit of curiosity and exploring your body and the sensations of your body after your practice. And just take a few moments to enjoy your body, enjoy your breath, enjoy your mind, your beautiful, unique mind, and enjoy your Shavasana. And slowly starting to expand your awareness out of your body. Maybe deepening your breath just a little bit. And whenever you feel ready, starting to introduce those subtle movements to gently wake up your body. And whenever you feel ready, you can start to bend into your knees and roll over onto any side. And just enjoy a couple of nice slow breaths here in this position. And then when you're ready, you can just push yourself up nice and gently to your seated position. And we can bring our palms together at our heart in that Anjali Mudra. If you want, you can bow your head, gently opening your eyes to adjust to the light. And thank you so much, ladies, for sharing your practice with me. Namaste.